Hey now.
Don't break it.
I was going to say knocking stuff around over there.
Pick it up and put it down.
That's it. Get down and get back up again. Yeah. Good evening and welcome to Swarmcast number 4. Randy Young in here with Jamie Majors, Brian Davis, Casey Massey, the tech master over there, making sure everything runs correctly tonight, hopefully. And we will be fielding your questions and comments. If you've got something that you want to add to the show, please feel free to comment on Facebook or comment on YouTube, and we'll try to get to it. We'll start the night off with some good news. The baseball team has won Game 1 of the opening round of the state playoffs against St. Pius X, not St. Pius X, St. Pius X. St. Pius was the number 2 seed out of that region up there around Atlanta, and our guys went up there and won 3-0, shut them out. And, Jamie, you were telling me they had the bases loaded in the 7th inning or something?
St. Pius had the bases loaded with one out in their bottom of the 7th, and we turned a double play, get out of it.
There we go.
Wow.
You know, it had to make this thing interesting. You know?
There you go. That's it. Just trying to keep them on edge. Give people their money's worth.
That's right.
It's funny how when the GSSA sets up the brackets for playoffs, it's the same way across the board. So we have seen St. Pius in just about everything we've made to the playoffs.
Yeah. And they and we'll talk about this. Their soccer team, their boys soccer team, took our guys out, and that was the only time this year that they've been able to win against us. Of course, football we dominated them. And now if baseball is able to get one more victory under their belt, then the baseball team will have defeated them and knocked them out there too. So I guess the theme is St. Pius is pretty solid program in all sports. Yep.
Now, didn't we see them in girls basketball too when we went to the playoffs?
Yes,
I think we did.
I think
sure
so.
did.
Yeah,
sure did.
yeah. So they took us out of that.
That's right.
So common theme with playing St. Pius.
Right.
So.
Yep. Well, and of course, St. Pius is a private school, and they are able to go out there and recruit the folks that they feel like they need, and
a large pool to pick from.
Yeah, I mean and I hate to say it this way, but I've always referred to them as Marist Light because it's kind of the same vibe, same type of situation, and sometimes now, depending on the sport, they are extremely good. Again, our baseball team in good shape. With the first win of the series.
But just to let everybody know, it's probably not a huge amount of students.
Right.
But that 3-to-1 multiplier really smacks them around a little bit, which they've been competitive in all the sports.
But that's what that was designed to do. I mean, that was designed to take those private schools and the schools that are out there actively recruiting and that have to stay alive through recruiting to try to equalize things.
Yeah, that number-wise is equivalent to Brooks County or Thomasville.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. But at least, again, for our guys in the baseball team right now, things good. We will be talking to Coach Rogers in about 10 minutes or so to get an update on the opening of spring practice, which went very, very well. We'll talk about that. Also, we're going to be going through a bunch of stuff that has been sent in from our coaches about all of our teams, and there's some really cool stuff. And in fact, Casey, if you want to go ahead and get that video ready to roll, we want to start things off with a really cool little story. One of our freshman gymnastics participants, Gina Morbido, won second in the state in gymnastics. She had a 9.9 on a vault to end the thing there toward the last part of the competition, and Casey's going to show that to you here in just a second, and you'll see her running across the bottom of the screen and then doing her vault in a moment. But she nailed it, and she's a freshman. And what's very interesting about her, apparently she dropped out of gymnastics, and whenever our current gymnastics coach got back on board, she came on board with her. And so the future is very, very bright there for Gina. And we want to congratulate her for representing the school. And
also a dual sport athlete. She's also a starting catcher for softball.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Okay.
Yeah, let's watch
That
it.
is awesome.
You got it, Casey?
Yeah, I'm going to play it.
Okay. So, again, she finished second in the state, and we want to congratulate her. And also, again, all the other girls that went up there and competed. But whenever you got an opportunity to get yourself up on that podium and get a medal, especially as a freshman, that's pretty sporty. I do need to announce you. Have you played it yet, Casey?
Yeah, I'm playing it right now.
Okay, cool. So the folks there can watch that. Volleyball tryouts will start on April 29th, going until May the 3rd. And those will be from 3:45 to 5:45 at the Bishop Hall Gymnasium here on the old high school campus. You'll need a current physical, signed parental permission form, and 3 teacher recommendations. If you want more information, please look or up Lisa Guyton, L.I. Guyton at tcjackets.net. And Jamie, you got...
I was going to let everybody know we're in the bottom of the first in the second game with the baseball, and the Yellow Jackets up 2-0 on St. Pius. So a good start right there. I believe we've got Eli Taylor on the mound, and
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What are you watching there?
That is a game changer out.
It's 3-0.
It's 3-0 now. So Jacket Nation.
Looking good.
Yeah, well, in the second game they flipped sides, and so we will play in the bottom of every inning now.
So we're the bottom. We're the home team now.
Right.
So
that's awesome.
Looking good in the first, and
yeah.
and I'm gonna tell you, Eli Taylor's pretty strong.
He is,
and we've got some really good guys that can come out and close some games.
He's been a consistent varsity pitcher ever since he started playing baseball.
Absolutely,
and he's a great kid.
The Taylor name is a baseball name.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's one of those legacy names for the Yellow Jackets.
Sorry to interrupt you on that. I just wanted to get it in.
Not a bit. If something happens, let me know.
I will.
We want to congratulate both of our soccer teams. Both of their seasons came to an end in the opening round of the playoffs, but fantastic seasons for both. The boys ended up 10-4-2 overall, came out second in the region. They defeated Tift County 6-2, 5-1 over Houston, 6-5 over Northside. They also defeated Thomasville twice this year, 4-1 and then 5-1. And at home, they finished with a record of 6-1-1. So congratulations to the boys for a solid year. Now, the girls, fantastic season. They went undefeated during the regular season, 10 shutouts, outscored the region opponents. This would be good in football. Outscored region opponents 44-3.
Wow.
44-3 in soccer.
Wow.
But, again, ran into a buzzsaw to start off the playoffs, so their season comes to an end.
And the same team that they played, of course, comes out of that same Atlanta region as Marist and St. Pius.
I think it was Riverwood.
Yes, it was. And they're the same setup, private school type deal.
Yeah,
so.
when you get soccer-wise, from what I understand, when you get up above Macon,
it
is really good.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not saying that ours wasn't.
No, yeah. But you think, okay, we're a 1 seed and played a 4 seed. Well, that 4 seed is one of the better teams in all of Metro Atlanta.
I think Thomasville's girls might have played for a state championship a couple years ago.
I think so.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like what the baseball team is seeing. I mean, our region is very competitive baseball-wise.
It is.
And not saying anything about our region with what we were playing here, but again, when you outscore folks 44-3, you might not have a real true idea of what's out there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And just like St. Pius is the number 2 seed coming into the state baseball playoffs, our baseball team is been tested.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, ridiculous.
We're not going to see nothing that's going to impress us.
No. That's right.
I mean,
we've already seen,
That's right.
And at the bottom, at the end of the first inning, it's 3-0.
That's awesome.
Right.
Yellow Jackets up 3-0 in the game.
Tennis. The boys' tennis team made the state playoffs this year, played Lakeside up at DeKalb County's tennis center, lost, but they did make it there. And we want to congratulate the team award winners. Envision Scholar Awards to Braxton White and Ella Briscoe for having the highest GPA on the boys and girls team. Most Improved Awards, Cameron Jones, old Cam, who's a football player, and Ella Briscoe. Yellow Jacket Spirit Awards to Caden Edwards and Shelby Wilburn. And the Most Valuable Player Awards to CJ Covington and Haley Patel. Now, we want to congratulate also, now we've talked about Emma Ray Smith getting her scholarship, but we have had several other girls that have signed.
Absolutely.
Yeah. McKenna Smith, who's a broadcasting student, she graduated last year, and Angelina Vasquez, they are also just signed to play at Georgia Southwestern. So Emma Ray, McKenna, and Angelina, all Thomas County girls, will be on scholarship at Georgia Southwestern. Wow. That's pretty sporty.
Wow.
And then Samantha Jennings will be going to try to walk on at the College of Coastal Georgia this summer. And those 4 girls are going to be part of a Tallahassee women's team for the spring and summer to further their preparation. So good luck to all those girls.
And as I will make a little comment that Coach Booth told me one time, that's an old name from the past. He coached tennis for years.
He sure did.
But he says, I asked him, I said, Coach, man, you're really doing good in tennis. It looks like we won the region. He said, well, when you get up above Macon, you start running into names like Sabatini and names you can't pronounce. And he said, that's when you find out what you got.
Names that Ducky Wall couldn't pronounce
right.
back in the day, right? Yeah, and let's say hello to Brent Matthews, Billy Guyton watching us there. Of course, Obadiah Farley, one of the big fans of the Jacket Nation. And again, if you've got a question or a comment, feel free to post it. And we're going to have Coach Rogers on here in the next 4 or 5 minutes or so, and we'll get some updates. Man, 168 players out for the first day of spring. What in the world?
Now, Coach, at the end of practice yesterday, I had a little chance to talk with him a little bit. He said the numbers equalizing out to around 160. But that's a great number to work with.
Oh, yeah.
When's the last time we had anything like that, Jamie?
Oh,
come on now.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I don't remember anything like that.
I don't either. But if we don't
watch most of the practice yesterday, as you would think it would be, it was very spirited. Man, we were at the end of the practice. One of the things that really stuck out to me when he was addressing the team, he said, "Guys, I want everybody to compete. I want y'all to compete every play, like you just battle your tail off." He said, "But just remember at the end of the day, these are our teammates." Because I'm telling you, he says, we want to finish spring with a lot of players.
Right. Yeah, right.
He said, now, if y'all keep practicing like this, we may not have many left. But he had to tell them, hey, we're not piling on. Right. Don't take advantage of your teammates.
Take your foot off the accelerator just a little bit.
But that's just that's what's been laid out.
Yeah.
That's just the way they do it.
Right. That's the culture.
That's the culture.
Yeah.
So had to take the foot off the gas a little bit, and I just like it.
Well, I tell you, the thing that shocked me, and we talked about this back at the banquet, was how some of these guys have grown.
Oh man,
so much since the end of the season. I mean, that was just a handful of months ago. Unbelievable, Jamie, how some of those guys have grown, and not just height-wise. I mean, muscle mass.
Absolutely, and Cam Simon.
That's the name I was looking for.
Good gracious.
I couldn't remember.
He's put on 25 pounds.
Number 13. Wow. Number 13.
Cam Brooks. You thought he was big. I think he's put on 20 pounds.
Yeah, right.
And you won't find it as far as you won't pinch an inch.
It's muscle.
This is real deal. I asked him, I said, man, I know you put on like 20 pounds. How do you feel? He said, I feel great. He said, I hadn't lost a step. So,
wow.
Well, see, he got that shoulder fixed, so now he can work that fork a little bit better than he used to. So by the way, let me say this real quick. If you're on Facebook, please share it. Share the show on your page. And again, YouTube, you guys, you can copy the link if you'd like. Share that on your page as well. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say, they held Cam out yesterday. They just, they want that shoulder to make sure it's good to go.
Well, they know what he can do.
Absolutely. So, but I'm going to tell you some of those great battles. I call it inside tough. I don't know what we call it now. I'm sure they've got a spirited name for it. But if any football players is out there, the inside tough, that's where the money's made.
Big on big.
Big on big. Mm-hmm. Iron sharpening iron. And we got down there in that, man. You talking about some battles?
Yeah.
Our offensive line's going to be good because our defensive front is good.
Yeah.
Same way, either way.
And I shared some pictures with Casey, and I don't know which pictures he's got, and we'll get those up whenever Coach Rogers is talking. But some of the offensive linemen at 68, I don't know who that was. Humongous, huge, and not just bulk. I mean, just a big kid. 77.
Yes, that is. They call him Coop.
My gosh,
he's a man.
You ain't kidding.
And he's a sophomore.
Wow.
Gonna be a junior.
Wow.
I guess they're juniors now. I don't know if we need to be kind of.
I mean, it's pretty well. The year's pretty well over.
Yeah.
So.
We're still in sophomore year.
Yeah.
But Coop's a man now, and Eli's an offensive lineman. He says, "Dad, Coop something else," and he said The Russian.
Yeah.
I have a tough time with his names, but
Korchigan.
Yeah. He is
not Corny Cobb.
I was talking to Coach. I said, Coach, Korchigan just looks like a tackle. And he looks at me. He says, "Do you know anybody in the country that wouldn't want that guy blocking as a center?" I said, "No, sir."
Yeah, you got a point.
Coach said he's super smart.
Yeah,
he's a super smart football.
Yeah,
smarts and
football IQ. Well, in that center position, I mean, you're kind of the quarterback down there on that line. You got to call out the linemen and stuff for your guys. And
well, a lot of times, if that center doesn't know what's going on and what he's doing, it don't matter what the quarterback calls, you know. And so that's why it's so important to have somebody that can steer that ship.
Yep. Absolutely. Eli says that Eli's a center.
Yeah.
So Eli says that all those calls that are being made right there affects the guards. The guards are having to do stuff. It's just
it gets complicated.
Yeah. When you walk up, you'll see the centers looking around.
Right.
So they're trying to direct everything. So, well, man, golly, yesterday was so good.
Yep. So very, very good to see A.J. Clark out there.
Oh,
yeah.
And he's healthy. And A.J., and I'm not going to say that he would have been Trey Brenton's equal because Trey carried the team at times last year. But A.J. has the potential to kind of be that guy. And he just fought a hamstring all year long, could not get healthy, but apparently is 100% now, and he looks the part. And there's some depth there too. And but the battle's going to be down on that interior defensive line. That's going to be something to keep an eye on. But yeah, man, Big Cam, 13. And what's his last name? Is it Smith?
Cam Simon.
Simon, that's the name. I cannot remember.
And I asked Coach. I've talked to him a pretty good bit after practice. He was probably tired of hearing from me. I was asking him everything. But I said, Coach, where did he come from?
Yeah.
I mean, and he said, Jamie had the weirdest year. And bless his heart, he lost his dad.
Yeah.
About middle ways through. He kind of was getting over that. I don't know how you get over that. But then he done something, had a weird injury to his hand.
Yeah.
He had to wear a fin. It was just one of them years that it never just got traction.
Right.
And they're expecting him to have a big year. He's got to step in for the loss of Reddick. And we lost some studs.
Yeah.
But it looks good, I'm telling you.
And it looked like midnight madness with all the people out there.
People are excited. I mean, it's crazy how well it's carried over. I mean, this offseason, our fans haven't missed a lick. There's several people that are on Facebook. They don't let an hour going by that they don't say something about Thomas County Central. It's just true. It's carried over.
You guys, y'all talk for a second. I'm trying to get the number to Coach.
Okay,
you got him? Okay.
Yeah.
So I think we got Coach Rogers. Justin Rogers.
Yes, sir.
There he is right there. I was trying to text you the number, and then you were calling.
Yeah, I couldn't find it, but I found it.
You did good. Hey, we were just sitting here talking about practice yesterday. Give us your impressions of what you saw.
No, I thought it was. I thought we had great effort. I thought we were very competitive in the fact that our kids competed well. So I was really happy about that. I saw a lot of Yellow Jackets, I'll tell you that. I mean, we were about 161 on the field, and heck, it felt like it was about 100 in the crowd.
Yep.
Had a good showing from Yellow Jacket fans as well. But I thought our kids' effort was really good. I thought our competitive spirit in the competitive sessions were really good. Obviously a lot of, things that you would think you would see, high pad level, not running feet on contact. I mean, a lot of things like that, rusty on some throws,
right?
Which is to be expected. But overall, I thought it was a really good first day.
Yeah, it sounds like there were some guys that really stood up and made themselves. We were sitting here talking about Cam Simon, and that's a name.
Cam had a good day.
Yeah,
he had a great all season. I mean, Cam's one that's put on a ton of weight. He's put on almost 15, almost 18 pounds of really good solid muscle this off season, and he looks the part. And he's got a little confidence going about him right now. And so we're hoping that he can really be a guy that kind of replaces that Walter Reddick. Yeah, I thought he had a great first day.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, we were talking also, too, nice to see A.J. Clark out there running healthy.
Yeah, A.J. looked good. Had a couple of really good runs. Had one real good running inside on a real nice cut. And like I say, A.J.'s got all the tools to be dominant. I mean, he's a big back, and just runs real hard, really fast. And so, biggest thing now is just keeping him healthy. You know, just letting him find. He's just had nagging injuries, nothing major, just nagging injuries his sophomore and junior season. But yeah, we're hoping to have him to really be able to carry a load.
Did there anybody else that you saw yesterday that stood out to you or impressed you?
O-line. I thought the O-line looked good. You know, that's a brand new unit. Seeing how we kind of, everybody graduated last year, so you're replacing all 5. I thought for the first time out there in competitive sessions, I thought they did really well. Made some mental mistakes, which is to be expected, but I thought they did really, really good.
You got some size there, Coach.
Yeah, it's the biggest O-line I ever had.
Wow.
Yes, we're massive. The runt of the litter is 6'2", 265. That's the runt. And so, the rest of them are 3 bills or more. So that's what I'm saying. And they've got a chance. By the time we get to August, I think they got a chance to be pretty special.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's good. And, of course, you bring Drew Renault back special teams-wise. That's a big part of the equation. And Drew healthy and looking forward to leading, I'm sure.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Having Drew back, and, this year he'll take over all the duties, punting too, because he's really a really good punter too. You guys haven't seen him do that yet till this year, but he's an excellent punter. And so, yeah, he'll do good. We had 2 field goal opportunities yesterday live. And he, just like Drew, man, made both of them.
Yeah, very calm. And Jalen Johnson's Jalen, too, kind of the same mode.
Oh, my God. This is so nice having a returning starter at quarterback.
Yeah, and this is the first one. This is the first one you've had. Is that right?
It's the first one I've had since, let's see, I went there in 14. That's 14, 15, 16, 17. Wow. It's the first returning starter I've had. No, 17. It'll be 17 season. First returning starter I've had since 2017. And it was amazing. Yeah, the defense brought a couple pressures, a couple blitzes in one of the team settings, and he didn't panic at all, went straight to his hot. And I say you don't see a first-year guy doing that in the first day of spring, but he picked up right there on knowing where the ball needed to go. That was really nice.
Yeah, I really got intrigued looking at some of the photographs that were shared online of his eyes on option plays where he's supposed to be faking the ball. He's not looking anywhere near the running back. I mean, he's looking all over the field, and eye discipline thing that's crazy to me.
Look now, just because we ain't running split back veer don't mean we ain't running option.
I know.
I mean, come on, baby.
I know.
We still Central now. We still don't run option. We just do it a little bit different.
Yeah.
But his eyes are staying on reads. He knows his reads. He knows what he's looking for. He had a real big RPO for a touchdown pass, just him knowing exactly where the ball needed to go. And those are those things where experience, all you can have is experience. So, we expect him to have an unbelievable season and be such a leader, on that offense, because he was the only starter out there on offense that played last year. Everybody else was brand new starters.
Wow.
With us. So, he was the only one. He's the only starter coming back with us moving Pringle over to defense, the more kind of play them nickel. He's going. We're going to rely on his leadership.
Oh, you're going to have to. Not going to be a whole lot of choice, and you got a little bit of depth there too, which is
pretty good. And you should. You have a returning starter at quarterback. You should, rely on that.
Yep. No doubt. So now, what's the schedule for the rest of the spring, or at least here in the next week or so? What you looking at?
Yeah, tomorrow we're back at today was film, and so we sat down, had about an hour and a half correction period on everything yesterday, and so that should lead to a much better practice tomorrow. And so we'll practice tomorrow. We'll cut it a little bit because we got the Rose Parade, and so we'll go straight out, take the field at 3:30, practice till 5:30, and then we'll come in, shower, eat, change, and be on the buses at 6:30 to head to the Rose Parade. And then next week we're Monday, Wednesday, Friday on the field, Tuesday, Thursday review days. And then next Saturday morning from 9 a.m. until 12, or a little after 12, probably about 12:30, is our annual Yellow Jacket scrimmage. And it's our 8th grade, our rising 8th grade. They'll come out and scrimmage at 9 o'clock, and they'll scrimmage each other. And then about 9:20, that rising 8th grade will scrimmage the rising 9th grade, the current 8th graders. And so they'll scrimmage each other, and then the 9s will scrimmage each other about 9:40, and then at 10 o'clock, that the new 9th grade bunch or scrimmage or some of our JV guys.
Okay.
And then that leads us into a varsity scrimmage that goes from 10 a.m. to 12. And so it's just a great day for all the new Yellow Jackets and for everybody to kind of see each other, and parents and fans and everyone to come out and see this year's crop. And so that'll be May 4th that morning. When we do that one, all we ask is you bring a snack donation to help kind of load up the snack closet as we do that on the May 4th deal.
That makes sense. Now, the confusing part, though, is our fans aren't going to know who to blow the horns against. I mean, that gets confusing. It's our guys playing our guys. So.
All right, well, I'm gonna help them out. And this goes for the fall too.
Okay.
When in doubt, blow it. When in doubt, you just blow it. Okay, if you're not sure what to do, you just go to town on that bad boy.
That's right.
You mentioned the upcoming 9th graders are the ones that'll be freshmen this upcoming year. Now they're practicing out there with you guys right now, correct?
Correct. They had a week by themselves before we started that first 3 days, and then they joined us. I just think that's important. They don't compete with us,
right?
But they're out there with us, going through individual. Then they go to their own team and competitive sessions. But I'm just a big believer in more is caught than taught, and I think them getting to see the older kids model the way of practice is supposed to look, and the effort and intensity. I think it just kind of helps them almost get out of that middle school mode and be ready to kind of have competitive practices of their own.
There you go. And that bunch is supposed to be pretty sporty too now.
Yeah, I think so. I think they've got a lot of top end talent. They've got a really good O-line. They've got some good skill guys, a good blend. So no, they I think they got a chance to be a really special group.
Coach, we talked about it a couple weeks ago when we had you on the show. Right now, we're doing our fundraisers. Tell everybody how important it is, and then what all the money goes to. I know with this going on, it's a lot of time we need water, we need snacks and stuff, and so I know it's real important that everybody knows that, hey, just because we won a state championship last year don't mean you don't get a chance to donate this year.
Yeah.
No, without question. And so it's our huge fundraiser. It's our biggest fundraiser of the year. This is our textathon that we do. We started doing it when I came here, and it's been the lifeblood of our program financially, because we don't really get any of the money off the program or anything off the concessions or off the ad sales. A lot of assets in the stadium. So this is big for us, and we have to make sure to make the most out of this. And it takes what it takes. It just takes a lot of money. And the hotel trips in the summer when we go travel for 7-on-7, the hotel trips in the fall when we have the big games, the various times where we have to feed them because nutrition's so big, and we try to always keep. If you've had a teenage boy, they eat all the time, and when you're an athlete, you got to eat more. So having that, and then trying to provide them with nice things. We provide all our players, all our skilled players, that get out there, gloves, and we try to do a lot of preventative stuff with our wrist rockets and knee braces and core shorts to try to. We want to do things to keep our kids from getting injured. Yeah. We don't want to wait, but that stuff's expensive. If you've ever bought sports, if you call it sports stuff or safety, all of a sudden, I don't know why, but the price goes up, and we all know the price of hamburgers have went up.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're just asking, and it's a crowdsourcing deal. We don't expect you to give a lot of money. I mean, we're just asking you to give what you can, $5, $10, and a little bit from a lot just adds up and makes a big difference. So if you've got one of these loved ones, it's important. This is also how they earned their name on the back of their away jersey. Mm-hmm. So if those in the state championship game, that was our white jerseys. So the names you saw on there was the ones that were able to raise their goal in this fundraiser.
Awesome.
You got anything, James?
Coach, I was just going to.
That was a mouthful, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, good. Yeah, we were just sitting back here enjoying that.
But Coach, I was able to come out yesterday and see day one, and I don't get to come out like I used to, but man, I was impressed with. We've got some new coaches out there, and they're locked in, and our players just looked like they were just so locked in on what we were doing and the way the practice was being run, and it's crazy to have 60 brand new kids out there, those rising eights, and things just went like normal. It just
fell into place.
That's just the way it should be. And kudos to our staff and you on making that happen. That's pretty awesome to be.
Yeah, and it's so funny you say that because you're right in the fact that it's not only new for the players we have in here, but we did add some key pieces to our staff. New receiver coach, new outside linebacker coach, new DC on the defensive side, and we do have a unique and certain way that we practice, and so making sure to get those coaches kind of caught up to how we expect things to be done and how we want things to be done, and being able to not miss a beat. I thought it was an effective practice that flowed good. We had a little clock issues, but yeah, after the game, I was coming right up to you. I couldn't help it because it just felt natural.
I know it felt natural.
I thought we was about to do a sideline interview, man. Or he's going to kick it back to you, Randy, up top.
I know.
So I couldn't help it just coming to you.
I told them, I said, I got to go up and listen to a little talk after the practice, when you got them all up there. And I told them, I said, the thing that stuck out to me, and I said, this was the mantra on how it went as far as the day. Mm-hmm. You said how competitive it was, and it was awesome to see how competitive we were and how we were battling reps and we were getting in there. And you said, but hey, just remember one thing. These guys are our guys. And I'm telling you, they were laying the wood, man.
Yeah, sometimes teams forget. It was something. Hey, how many teams are here? One team. There's one team out here. It's Yellow Jackets. So while we want to be physical, just be mindful. This is your teammate. Yep. All right. This isn't somebody else. And so, but I still, and I tell our coaches this, and I think everyone needs to accept this. I think sometimes we don't. Is it's our job to teach them how to practice. I mean, no different than teach them how to run an offense or how to run a defense, all right, or how to do special teams. I think so many coaches miss that point. Like, you got to teach them how to practice, because if you don't understand how to do that, all that other crap ain't gonna matter because you're not going to improve on it the way you should.
Yep, no doubt. And now tomorrow's going to be fun because of the Rose Parade. You got any secrets you want to reveal about what's going on?
Well, the biggest secret right now is we're hoping we make it there on time. Just because I crammed everything in, man. I'd already planned practice the way I like to do it with the day off. And then I realized, oh crap, that's the same day as Rose Parade.
Yeah, when you said that you guys were leaving at 6:30, the parade starts at 7 now. So I'm sitting there going, wait a minute.
They ain't started on time.
They'll wait for y'all. They'll hold it for you.
They'll watch. It'll start tomorrow, 6:55.
Do you know your number? What number are y'all? Are y'all up front?
I'm like 14.
Okay.
We may have to just get out there and start running and passing people to get back in.
They're not going to start without champs.
I'll just say, well, heck, we'll just jump in the back if we need to.
And listen, now,
let me know.
Casey Massey's he's helping to run the thing, so if he needs to, he'll go out there and just stand in Broad Street and just keep him there for you.
I'm telling you, all I know is this: we coming.
There you go.
And you're gonna know we were there.
I like it. I like it. Now you gonna be right up on the front of the thing, steering the ship. Is that what you're gonna be doing?
I don't know where. You can't ever tell. I may be front, back, middle. You can't ever tell where I'm at. Right now, I just want to make sure I'm there at the start.
That's true. That's important.
But people gonna know we were there. We're excited. We're proud to be from this town. We're proud to be here, and so we're gonna show that.
That's good stuff, man. Coach, listen, go enjoy your son's ball game, and thanks for calling in. We appreciate it as always. We'll do it again in 2 weeks and catch up.
Awesome. Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, man. Y'all have fun. We'll see you.
Thank you, Coach.
All right,
yeah, you don't have to worry about him having something to say.
No.
That's not an issue.
And the best thing is right now with everything going on, we got plenty to talk about.
All right, let me give you a quick update. Right. I want to make a quick correction. Dallas Pitts is pitching for us.
Okay.
I guess just in case something were to happen.
Right. You still have Eli.
Eli there too. And if it gets late and things get a little shaky, we could bring Eli in to close it on out too. But I just want to let everybody, a quick correction, that Dallas Pitts was pitching. We're still in the bottom of the second. It's 3-2.
Okay.
So things tightened up a little bit.
But we still have the lead.
Yeah, we still have the lead.
And in all fairness, too, St. Pius now has to put all their eggs in one basket because
there's no tomorrow.
Right.
Yep. There's no game.
Without winning this one, there's no.
Seventh game of the World Series. There.
Absolutely.
Let's say hey to let's see there, all the folks that are watching there on YouTube, and the folks that are watching on Facebook. Again, make sure that you share the video. Gordon Roddenberry, my classmate there, number 52.
He was a man.
From the class of 81 who ended up playing at Harding. And West Renault, Drew's dad, again, thanking us for bringing Drew up. My gosh, he deserves that.
Absolutely.
Ain't no question about that.
That's my buddy I eat Chicken Delight in the mornings when I get breakfast.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Chicken D.
Hey, y'all are telling on yourselves.
Piles, Chicken D.
Piles Chicken D.
Piles?
I will never not call it Chicken D.
They confuse me all the time. They say, man, we ate at Piles. And I was like,
where's that at? Yeah.
Well, that'll lead me into tonight's trivia question.
Okay.
Is it about chicken?
It's about special teams.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Who holds the record for the longest field goal in Thomas County Central football history?
Oh, wow.
I'll just leave it at that. We'll see who guesses what. Let's see what else we need to talk about here. We need to talk about our cross-country team. Got a note that the kids competed in the Rose City Run this past week, and they won the Race Directors Award for being the organization with the highest participation. Had 10 kids that won age group awards, fastest boy and girl runners in the 1 mile run, and the high schoolers won the prestigious Thomas County's Fastest Male Award. 8 of the top 25 finishers in the 10K were our runners.
Wow.
How about that?
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
That's all. And thanks for all these coaches
Yeah.
participating and giving us
Stuff to talk
fuel,
about.
man. This is fuel.
And the thing is, it's all good, man. I mean,
Absolutely,
these
man.
kids are
Positive.
kicking rear end, and it is again because of the coaches. Now let's be honest here. Esports. We talked about this before we went on the air. League of Legends went to the Elite Eight. They lost to Lambert High in a hard-fought match, and then Mario Kart.
I've done that.
They defeated Towers High. They are going to the Final Four tomorrow.
That's what I'm talking about. Save them shells.
I told you.
That's what he said.
Watch out for the blue ones. I mean,
I love it, man.
it is awesome to me. It is so. I mean, we haven't been in esports that long, and it just picked up right away to where all of a sudden we're in the Final Four in a huge game like Mario Kart that I'm sure thousands on top of thousands of people compete in.
Mark Thompson has done a great job.
Yeah, Mark
with those
Thompson.
kids.
Yeah.
Mark Thompson.
Hey, you got to give out a shout out to Joe, too. They got to get him internet, so you know.
Joe Waterbury.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Joe.
Between Joe and Mark, those kids, they got a good pair there.
That's cool. And I want to mention, too, that girls basketball has got 7 seniors that are going to be Coach Maston shared with me plans for these 7 seniors. Nayeli Badillo is going to be a Marine. Salute. Miracle Ryan's going to be going to Savannah State. Kirsten Guyton, Fort Valley. Miranda Coleman, Oglethorpe. Marcy Pearson, Bruton Parker. Tia Floyd, Bruton Parker, and Visha Giddens, Chattahoochee Valley Community College.
Wow.
So all of them are going somewhere.
That is awesome.
My gosh. Man. Well, and we mentioned last time. Go ahead. I was
just going to say consistently now you see wrestling. All them boys that went to school, secondary school wrestling. You got women's basketball.
Yep.
We are so consistent on, even when the season is over, helping our students find colleges and secondary schools to be able to go to.
Level.
Get scholarships where you can get them so that you can continue your education.
Absolutely.
And that's on the school level. That's coaches that care, that have passion about their players, about seeing them excel even in the next level.
Absolutely.
And you can't ask for better than that. You won't see it better than that.
Well, and those coaches are the ones that are beating the bushes to be able to get these kids lined up. And, again, these scholarship things don't happen without those coaches.
Right.
Period. Yep. And we mentioned the wrestlers, and I want to bring that up again. Kind of the same thing. Michael Pendarvis is going to the Marines, but Jackson Ward, Logan Ward, both of them going to the University of Montevallo. Micah Wood, Tommy Hires, Huntington, and then Rodney Edwards, Mason Brown, Armando Perales to Andrew College. And all of those guys, again, all seniors. And that's, again, work on Matt Tanner's behalf. So fantastic work from our guys. Update there, Jamie. I see something going on.
The Jackets have the bases loaded with 1 out. They've scored a run. It is now 4-2.
Here we go.
In the bottom of the second.
Right.
And with a shot now to bust this thing open.
Obadiah asked how many wrestlers went to state this year, and I had that.
I think we had that last week.
Yeah, let me look and see if I can find that. They had 2 individual region champs, 1 sectional champ, 7 state qualifiers.
Wow.
That's impressive. Now, some of the folks are guessing about the longest field goal. Kevin Kevin James' name has been brought up. Remember that one?
Oh yeah, he kicked when I was there.
Do you remember? Do you remember how long
sure.
it was? Remember the longest one?
Our record?
Yeah, you remember?
Oh, I don't know. I thought we had a 52.
To my knowledge, and let's see here. Lady Jack and Kristen has said Nathan Armstrong's name. Now,
Nathan was an excellent kicker.
In my memory, Nathan Armstrong, it wasn't 97. Nathan Armstrong hit a 47-yarder against Colquitt County in 1996.
That might have been our record at that
and
time.
that won the game. That we beat them 10-7 that year.
Okay.
That was 97. Actually, it was 97. You're right. It was 97.
But I thought we had
Kevin James. That's a name I should remember that. He kicked a long one against Thomasville.
He kicked the field goal, and we beat Thomasville
2017. I remember that. That was 88.
Yeah.
But I do not remember how long that field goal was.
It wasn't in the 40s.
But now he kicked some that were long, though. I just cannot remember specifically. But I remember when Nathan Armstrong hit that field goal against Colquitt. I thought that was 90. No, it couldn't have been 96 because 96
we had
lost
one
to
a couple of years ago that was. I want to say 52.
Well, I think you're. Are you thinking about Oppenheimer? Remember, he was a real good kicker that we had.
Him or Wilson?
Gavin.
I
don't think he had a 51 though. I don't think we've ever had. Now, if somebody has hit a 50-yarder,
didn't we kick 2 50-yard field goals last year?
Yeah, Drew's dad, Wes, is saying that Gavin Wilson told him the longest was 50 plus. But now, Wes, if that is the case, I don't know who kicked that. Nathan's kick against Colquitt was 47 yards.
Yeah.
Is that who you were thinking?
That's who I was thinking.
Okay.
But now, when you start throwing Kevin James in there, and Kevin was a heck of a kicker now, it is possible. I'll find out. But I do know, credit to Nathan Armstrong, because he was as consistent as anybody we've ever had now. Yeah. And that 96 and 97 season, if we were 50 and in, it was money in the bank. Yeah. But I thought that 47-yarder that he hit against Colquitt over there at their place was the longest.
I thought too. I think that
I smell the smoke here. The wheels are turning inside. The gears are turning inside here. I can't think of a name, because Gavin was a great kicker, and I think it was Chandler Oppenheim. Is that right?
Chandler made some big ones.
He kicked in 06 and 07 when we were up in the Dome, and he had some good ones too.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yep.
I'll work on that. And that's a fantastic question. And again, worth discussing. I'm trying to think back even earlier than that. Of course, we had the straight on kicker with Todd Wilson. And Todd was very consistent.
Absolutely.
But past that, everybody else has been soccer
Went to
style.
VSU?
Yeah. Got himself
Gavin went to VSU.
I'm about to say that's where Gavin went too, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Gavin got some hardware.
Yeah,
right.
He did. Yeah.
He won a national championship.
Won a national championship. That's right.
Under Kerwin Bell, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man, is he doing a good job with our special team guys or what?
It means so much, man.
It does my heart good to look out there and see Logan Potter, Gavin Wilson, Michael Lovejoy. I mean, you've got so many.
I'm going to add one on you.
Go on. Rashard Clyde.
How about Jalen Dunbar?
Jalen Dunbar, who was just during your time.
For sure, yeah.
He's come on staff. And then
Johnny Cooksey.
Ernest McCormick.
Ernest.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
so
man.
cool. That's just so cool.
It's always good to see your guys come home.
Yep. And the fact that they want to.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, most guys and girls, when they get away from home, I mean, their thought is, okay, well, I'm going to spread my wings and I'm gone. Man, it just says something about the community when these guys want to come back and be a part of this.
And Jalen looks so happy.
Yeah.
Good.
He's such a good guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I was about to say such a good kid. He's such a good guy.
Yep.
I have been asked to promote something for our dance team, our dance group.
Absolutely.
On behalf of Miss Katie Gaskin. Next Monday, the Gold Rush dance team is going to be putting on a 1920s mystery show. And here's the storyline. Miss Peacock hosts a party at her house to show off her new diamond necklace. After the party's over, everybody's left. The diamond necklace is gone. She runs over. It's been stolen. Did the maid do it? Did the inspector be able to solve this mystery? Can you figure out who the villain is before the end of the show? That's going to be cool.
So it's kind of like a murder mystery dinner type thing.
But it's dance oriented.
Yeah, getting to watch practices, they do an amazing job.
Yeah, well, Katie, she's very talented.
Fantastic. Hey, on top of that, graduation for Hand to Hand's coming up. They've been practicing.
Oh my
Seeing
gosh.
all those little kids come in and practice, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, well, that you talk about an emotional moment if you're a parent.
Oh yeah.
How about this? It's
And
class of.
How about you, Randy? How about what
Well,
you got coming up?
I got
big guy?
Ransom walking across. Yeah, that's hard.
Is
to
this
believe.
going to be a drop the mic moment?
I-
Is he the last name?
He's the last one this year.
Booyah.
It's about time for Brian to start calling those names.
Brian, who?
Yeah, you need to start doing the tongue twisters.
How about this? The current kindergarten class when they graduate will be year 36. 2036.
I thought he was about to say 3060, and I was going to say, wait a minute.
Wow.
I
was
mean,
fixing to
depending on
say.
who it is.
Math is not.
I can tell you I won't be here for that one.
Yeah, and we probably need to mention that. Now we will be back here in 2 weeks, and I don't even know what the date is on the 2 weeks. But
That would be the 14th.
That'll be the 5th.
Yeah, graduation is like 22 days.
That's
away.
the last week is the 14th, and we have one in between.
so it'll be the 9th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Be May the 9th. And then we'll do one the Thursday before. Well, actually, no, that'll be the Thursday. We'll do one the Thursday after graduation on the
Please.
23rd.
Okay.
And then we're done for the summer.
Because I'm going to be gone the 16th anyway, so that works out good. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, that works.
We're like 21, 22 days from graduation.
And then the countdown will be on.
Yeah.
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 Kickoff.
It's so funny how with everything that happened, how long this season went. Of course, this is the first time I've ever experienced this. How short the off season's been, and we know it. We're going to be in the booth and on the football field, just ready to go.
Speaking of some former Yellow Jackets, Adam Choice entered the transfer portal. He's getting out of Colorado.
Hopkins.
Adam.
I said,
I wanna-
you got me with that one, Jamie. You got me with that one.
Adam Hopkins has entered the transfer portal. He's
Yep.
leaving Colorado.
Yep.
High names on his list would be UCF and, of course, Florida State.
I think he'll end up in Tallahassee.
I'd love for him to be down there because I can go see him.
Well, his heart, I believe, was there from day one. But in this day and age of the NIL stuff, when they're waving a bag in front of you, I mean,
Yeah, but at the end of the day, though, who would not want to be coached by a guy that done it at the highest level that it could be done?
and the rest of his life, he's going to say he was part of the first team that Deion Sanders
Well, and
coached.
that's a large part of it too. Is the fact that
I get it.
there was so much weight that was going on with that situation. It's like, how can I not be a part of it to experience this? Because nobody knew what was going to take place in the first 3 games of the season. A lot of people were like,
There was There was no team in the country getting more attention.
No, not at all.
Than Colorado, flat out. But then reality kind of set in, and it's the old. I mean, football folks know it. If you don't have the guys down front, again, the
OLs,
the big guys, the big uglies,
Yep.
you're going to struggle because that's where the money is made. And anyway, so Adam Hopkins will be making a decision about that. By the way, I talked to Adam Choice a couple of weeks back, and I think he's working at Duke. Or is it Virginia?
I'd heard that he had
He's helping
gotten
as a
on
recruiter.
as a GA at Clemson after
Graduating.
the NFL stuff.
Right.
And from what I understand, he has joined Texas as one of their recruiting coordinators.
Oh,
Is
really?
it Texas?
I thought it was. If anybody knows, if they would shout that out.
He is a recruiting coordinator for somebody,
someone.
I wanted to say it was Virginia.
Okay, that could
But
be.
but anyway, Adam's doing fine. Adam's doing just fine.
He is going to be fine.
Oh
'cause
yeah, man,
That's
smart.
just the kind of kid he is. Man. And his family's awesome too.
Well,
you know?
again, DNA doesn't lie.
No.
And Clement Choice, his dad, classmate of mine, as good as it gets. And Patricia, the better half of that organization there,
Absolutely.
just again top notch. No way around it.
And my little boy to this day loves Adam Choice. He loves Adam Choice.
How could you not?
I know, man. It's
Solid as a rock. And I mean, every time you needed something to happen, Adam Choice made it happen.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Well, it goes back to like him being Eli's guy. That's who he watched growing up as a small child. It goes, I'm growing up Mr. Brell Smiley because that's who I saw, and in my mind, he could do no wrong, and he toted every game on his back.
I got you.
And, and so it's funny how every generation, every 5, 6, 17 years, they have that hero and of course this team right here, you go 10 years down the road, somebody's going to say, that was my childhood hero growing up.
It'll be Malachi. It'll be Trey Brenton.
Yeah.
It'll be Reddick.
Yeah.
It'll be Cam.
Yep.
It'll be Jalen.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
I also bumped into Adam Cox yesterday, and I asked him because it's been bugging me about this whole baseball thing.
right. Who was the last Major League player?
I said, "Did you make the league?" And he said, "Jamie, I was a 1A. I was 1A. I was right before."
Okay.
And he said, "There's 2 other players." He named them. I can't remember who he said.
Christian Castori is one of them now.
He'd have to be one of them. And there was one other one, and Boo Taylor's the only one that's ever played in the league.
That's what I thought.
Okay.
That's what I thought.
So just to clear that up, Adam said he appreciated us talking about the baseball.
Yeah, well, I mean, and again, that's baseball team's doing pretty good. Still 4-2.
Still 4-2, top of the third. So, and there's one out, and then St. Pius has a runner on second. So.
Well, one of the things that I want to talk about here to wrap us up here in the next 8 or 9 minutes is the Thomas County Schools Sports Hall of Fame. And this is something that the word came out about last week, story in the newspaper. This is something that has been talked about for a long time, but there just hasn't been anywhere to place it and to make it happen. And the whole premise of this thing is to honor athletes that have come through the Thomas County schools that have had a significant impact on the sports programs here. And that's not just Thomas County Central. That's Magnolia High School, which was a Thomas County school, Pre-Integration Central High School, which was a school, and then, of course, Central High School after integration. So you've got, and then you start talking about, and I don't even know how you would do this.
What your Barks and your Pavos
Yeah,
and all
and
that.
the Coolidges and the O'Clotneys and all. There are just so many athletes that this success is standing on the shoulders of. And so many athletes that unless we do something to recognize and honor them, it won't happen.
That's
And
the right thing.
it's way overdue, I mean, I will tell you that in mentioning something to Coach Ward about it, he almost got tears in his eyes because he immediately was thinking, of course, he was the head football coach at Magnolia High School. And it's almost like Magnolia and Pre-Integration Central have been just forgotten because when the school's integrated, now it's Central High School and everybody's there. But there were some fantastic athletes. I mean, you had several state championship basketball teams at Pre-Integration Central for the girls' teams, track state championships for Central. The Magnolia football teams, what was crazy, I asked him to start naming some names of guys that he remembered that played for him. It's the same names.
Same bloodline.
It's the same name. It's the Riles, the Bowdries, the Hopkins, the Red. I mean, it's the same names. It's just an older version. Yep. And anyway, the plan is we've got 6 home games this upcoming season, which is going to be awesome. And we're going to shoot for doing 3 inductions per game. And the way this is going to work, and I really love the concept here, in the new multipurpose building, we will be having video screens that will be placed through the building where we will put the photographs and the information about the inductees on those screens. So we're not going to have a wall with plaques sitting there. Part of the hope of this thing is as the kids are walking through this, they're learning about their own heritage.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And if there's plaques up there, they're not going to pay any attention to it.
Sure.
It's just another thing
I
to
hang
collect
some of
dust.
those street signs up under some of those TVs.
There will be.
That will be locked in my office until the day is ready.
Are you planning on doing any kind of memorabilia and stuff throughout?
Yes, and that's where I was headed. The plan is to find memorabilia through the history of the Thomas County schools that are related to our athletics. That could be, I mean, Coach Ward was talking about the Magnolia letter jackets. Their colors were black and white. and their mascot were the Buccaneers, and their the mascot thing, their symbol was the skull and crossbones.
That's cool.
I remember that.
Well, he talked about the letter jackets, and I'm like, man, that might be the coolest looking thing in the world. I mean, that type of thing. These kids need to see that stuff.
What we need to do is, I know it wouldn't be the authentic one,
but if we could get a picture,
if we could get a picture of it and have one of these places build that jacket,
like a recreation, that'd be cool. Yeah,
man, that would be awesome.
Well, and we've talked about helmets and baseball jerseys and baseball caps, and I mean just anything that is associated with the history of our program. I mean, I've got my son Ransom found a 1974 helmet at a yard sale of all places with a cheerleading horn, the megaphone, and pom poms, and from 1974.
That's awesome.
Now you talk about that. Let me ask you this too, so more people can understand. Since it's going to be a General Sports Hall of Fame, so it's going to be throughout all sports.
All sports.
Are you going to do old coaches and stuff too?
Yes.
Okay.
Anybody. The discussion here, and I'll be honest with you right now. Myself, Dan Stewart, who's the chairman of the school board, Papa D, Frank Delaney, and Coach Ward have been the initial talk on this thing. Nothing's been finalized. I mean, we're just now getting this going. But the hope is there are a double handful of folks that are almost automatics.
Absolutely.
That you can't have a Thomas County Sports Hall of Fame without these folks being in there. And it's not just football now. I mean, we've talked about some of the names here tonight that are automatics, in my view, from different sports.
Yep.
But we'll put a process in motion on how to nominate people and then get a letter from somebody that nominates them talking about what they did.
But would you think that maybe the initial first 2 or 3 years that you would try to get those no-brainers?
I think you can get a good chunk of them this year.
I got you.
And then from that point on, if you do 3 a game, for example, have one of those and then a couple of peripheral folks, because there are people that have been so important to the booster organization, for example.
Absolutely.
And I'm not going to throw any names.
It goes
or anything.
way beyond the field.
I mean, it's not just the guys that are playing. It's those coaches. Again, it's the support around them as well. There are a lot of folks that deserve to be recognized for their efforts.
Absolutely.
And the plan is this will start this fall, and we'll do 3 per game. And we'll present them with a plaque there at the field. We'll put their picture up on the video board and have a nice narration to go along with it.
Yep.
And it'll be cool. It'll be a nice moment for them, and they'll be a hero that whole night.
Absolutely.
And
I guarantee you're gonna find out that some of those are gone.
Chris White, don't you start that mess. You're going to get me in trouble.
They're going to put your image up to keep the bugs out of
That's
the
true.
building.
They could put the picture up on the board, and that'll keep every roach in the stadium gone for the entirety of the night.
And the grass might wilt, though.
Yeah, that video board can only take so much now. I'm just saying.
Okay, let's do
The
it.
Jumbotron.
But it's a fantastic idea. It is way overdue. And what you just said, some of the folks that I'm a guy that wants to do things in honor of instead of in memory of.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the ones that are here, while we've got them here, do it.
We got to get them in
Now, and that doesn't mean that some that have passed would not be a part of this, but the ones that are here, that's where the rubber hits the road right now.
Yep.
You got to take care of the folks right now, again, that you can do it in honor of instead of in memory of. But I'm excited about that. I think it's a fantastic idea and fantastic concept. And I have learned so much in just the one deep discussion that I had with Papa D and Coach Ward about, again, pre-integration central, athletes that I had never heard of. Magnolia, folks, again, the names I've heard of, but the specifics of what they did, no idea. And that's what this is about.
Well, and the important thing is about that, so you get into that concept, in order to get that information, you've got to talk to the people that were there.
Absolutely.
And time is running out because
Absolutely.
10 years from now, it's going to be a whole lot harder to find that kind of information.
Absolutely.
So that's why you do this now.
Yep, no question about it. So anyway, we will be filling you in as we move along with that. But right now, at least the basic concept is in place. I'm going to get Joey Holland's going to be a part of it. Of course, Philip Duplantis, the athletic director, will be a part of it. But this will be something that'll be a community-wide effort. And I'm just really, really excited about it.
Absolutely.
What we doing there, Jamie? Just give everybody an update before we get out of here.
Right quick. Bottom of the third, Yellow Jackets 4-2 over St. Pius. We have a runner on second base. We've got one out. And so far, so good.
What is that
This
app?
is the Game Changer out.
Game Changer?
Game Changer.
Yep.
Okay.
And baseball uses it I mean, pretty much any sport.
I was introduced to this when we were playing travel ball. Gosh.
Big help.
You can keep up with what your team's doing and who's hitting and who ain't. And all
That's
that
awesome.
Stuff. But it's pretty awesome.
Well, let me tell all the fans, too, all of you guys that are going to the parade tomorrow night. Now, I'm not saying take your horns with you, but you might want to take your horns with you.
I recommend it.
And there's a new cup.
Is the app free, they're asking, Jamie?
Yes.
Yes.
That's
you
awesome.
You can get the free. You can also upgrade to the
non-ad version.
Non-ad or
and it
the
has
one
more
that you can get
statistics and
deep,
stuff like that.
deeper
Okay.
in the stats and stuff.
I got you.
But if you just want to pay attention to what's going on in the game, and what you would do is you'd go in there and it's going to say find your team. Mm-hmm. You're going to go in there and put Thomas County Central Yellow Jackets and spring, and you'll find Thomas County Central spring sport. It's a spring sport.
Chris White asking if the app has sponsored the show yet.
No, but they can. Always.
Not yet, but Chris White, you can sponsor us.
And what about that coffee over there, Jamie? Come on.
It's generic and it's
There
non-sponsored.
ain't none left.
Well, doggone. You
I've
have
never
killed
seen
that
white
big ol-
coffee.
Well, it's actually tell everybody what that was.
So from a local place here in town that they're not sponsored. So
Go
I
ahead
hate
and tell.
anyway.
It's fine.
Seven Brew.
Yeah.
It's called a Seven Fizz. It's actually sparkling water. But what I do is I get a flavor. So today I got peach, and they add cream to it. So it's like a peaches and cream or a creamsicle type deal.
Wow.
And it's caffeine free. I have enough caffeine throughout the day with my cups of coffee. I don't need any more.
There you go.
But it's my go-to, and it's a great place. So
Golf tournament.
oh yeah,
Golf tournament's coming up.
Thank you.
Another huge fundraiser for our booster organization, and we need to make sure.
May 11th.
In fact, yes, May 11th. But let's see, will we have another chance to talk before that?
Mm-mm. Well, yeah. If
The
we're
ninth?
on the
Yeah.
ninth.
I will try to get Bill Carson to call in
Okay.
on, and we'll go over some last minute stuff before that golf tournament. All I know is I think there's 27 teams, and they cut it right there, and it usually fills up. We had to turn several teams away last year, so if you're interested in playing, you know the gist of if you played in it before. You need to go ahead and get your team set up and put in the tournament because the 27 will fill up really quick.
Yep. So, real quick. Yeah.
The only thing I want to also bring up is the signs. We're getting, please, if you're listening and have it paid,
Yeah.
for your yard signs.
The yard signs.
So we can get them ordered.
They will not be ordered. Now, I think they're about to order the first 40 of
I
them.
was say we just hit 40.
Yeah,
paid for.
the ones that are paid for, they are going to go ahead and get those ordered. But if you have ordered one and not paid for it, it's not going to be ordered. So you got to pay for it up front. So if you've got the yard signs ordered, you got to get them paid for before they will actually be ordered. That's just the only way we can do this.
Quick update. We've got the bases loaded, one out, and Nolan Taylor's at the plate. And
Okay. Well,
hey, this could be huge.
Yeah,
right here now.
we'll wait until something breaks on that. That's
huge,
important.
but,
Yeah, and Obadiah, let me say, I like the way you think. Obadiah is saying we need to take one of the big signs and put on the parade float tomorrow.
yeah.
I'll ask Coach Rogers about that. That's really a good idea.
Speaking of which, I'm glad you brought that up. So when are those signs going to debut in the county?
I'm so glad you asked because I finally they have been so slammed with street work because of all the rain.
Right.
Yeah.
And makes perfect sense. He told me that they were getting the signs pinned and everything this week. We should start seeing them out next week. But the weather has not cooperated. The county has been swamped, no pun intended, trying to keep roads straight because of all the rain. Which
Believe me, I live on a dirt road.
I get it, 100%.
I want to bring it up about the parade. So if anybody wants to watch it, it will be on YouTube.
There you go.
It is going to look for the City of Thomasville's YouTube page, and you will see it there. I don't have the link, but I can guarantee it's there because I'm doing it.
And Casey, we're being asked if we could get footage of the team in the parade route and show it the next time. We can do that, can't we?
I think you're talking to the right guy, right?
I was going to say, if somebody can make that happen, you can make that happen.
I may or may not be streaming it.
We know a guy.
I know a guy that probably can do it.
Yeah, probably. I know. How about this? I'm starting at 9 a.m. in the morning, so it will be on TV and on YouTube. So Channel 6, if anybody's listening that has CNS.
Cool.
Hopefully you'll have TV once they get the fiber fix tonight.
Casey, is that thing still on WCTV?
No.
So the parade's not on TV anymore. Okay.
It's on Channel 6.
It's on local
Channel TV.
On
CNS.
CNS cable.
CNS cable, Channel 6, which is the local channel.
Yeah, and
it's pulled from the YouTube link. So
Ashley Sowell was telling us that everybody needs to like and follow the Athletic Booster Club on Facebook because they do have a Facebook page now.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yep, that would definitely.
And speaking of which,
well updated too.
I'll follow back up with this. So we talked with Coach Rogers about the fundraiser, the Texathon. The link is also on the TCCHS Yellow Jacket football page.
Well, kudos to Chris White for that one.
Big time.
Good job.
And so just a heads up, if you would like to donate, like Coach said, $5, $10. If we get $5 from every person in the county, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is.
So if you feel like you can donate or have the privilege to, we would be more than glad. It takes a lot of money to fuel these jackets, and we got a big season coming up.
Well,
and every red cent is much appreciated.
This county showed its colors whenever we were getting the money together for those rings.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, it was in the blink of an eye.
Well, even before the Texathon last year, how much money was made then? People were so excited after the season we had.
Yep.
It's never been a problem, but just a friendly reminder.
And I want to share this too. A little Sam Brown news. Sam is going to be going over to Georgia Southern.
That is awesome.
Yep. He's going to go over there to walk on the way it's looking right now. But there's no question in my mind that Sam will go over there and he'll be making an impact. So y'all be thinking about Sam. I can't tell you how many people have said, well, what happened to the quarterback from last year and to be honest with you, Sam got caught in that vortex of recruiting because his senior year was really the year that he broke out. But if you don't have your name established your sophomore year, you are already way behind the eight ball.
And I'll tell you another thing, Randy, that's just completely changed the whole landscape of high school football recruiting is, of course, the guys that are no-brainers are going to get recruited.
Yeah.
But the kids that are on the bubble.
Yeah. Those 3-star guys.
You got 6 years now with that COVID year.
Yep.
He just happened to be in that COVID thing, and everybody transferring everywhere.
Yep.
So the first place these colleges are looking is in the transfer portal.
Yep.
And then these kids has got to go. They've got to navigate to a small school and maybe be seen.
Yep.
And then
there's a lot of 3-star athletes in the league right now.
Well, the transfer portal, these schools are waiting to see what experienced, especially quarterbacks, step out into that portal before they make a move on anybody.
It's almost like they're using it as a farm league, like you would at the majors.
Yep.
You know,
and Sam,
it's a new landscape.
And Sam got caught in that. Anyway.
Update: Jackets. Don McCain just doubled.
Woo!
And the Jackets go up 6-2.
There we go. That's Don McCann. That's a cousin of mine.
Don McCain. Yeah. McCann.
Yeah.
He is a freshman.
Mm-hmm. He is.
And I'm going to tell you, he's going to be a good one now.
Yeah.
Must be.
He's one of those players that went up to Atlanta that Coach Strickland was talking about. Went 4 for 4 up there against some. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's excited. It's all good.
4 for 4 up there against some of that elite pitching.
Right, yeah.
So
as a freshman,
he's
good
now. So, and man, his mom and dad's so awesome, man.
Y'all realize it's 8:09.
I know it, but it's just
we were waiting for an update on baseball.
But you want to wait until y'all want us to hang on till this inning's over with? I guess we'll wait till this inning's over with.
Casey, are you good?
You good, Casey?
Good.
Here's the pitch. It's a strike down the middle. You know.
We were talking earlier about trying to do play-by-play for golf. That's what we need to do. Yeah. This is a par 3 putt here with a little break to the left. that's the quail in the background. Yeah, we need to call a football game like that.
Okay.
It would last as long as a snowball and Megs.
End of the third, Jackets up 6-2.
I like it.
All right.
Now, you introduced me to someone at our banquet.
Mm-hmm.
That's one part of that Talk Dat.
Yeah, that was Wit-Wit.
Wit-Wit. We need to get Wit-Wit to call one night.
She'll call. Yeah, we might be here for an hour and a half just for that one call.
I
love Wit-Wit now.
There's something about her that just
man.
shines, you know.
Lakeisha Esther's one of them that I just love talking to. And of course, Earl Brooks and those guys. We'll get some of those guys involved in this thing. Okay, guys, we're going to get out of here. Thanks for watching. Thanks to Coach Rogers for calling in. Casey Massey, the tech master over there. Smooth job as always, man. And Brian, Jamie, and we'll be back in 2 weeks. And until then, we will see you. Go Jackets.